Have you ever looked at other people's lives like, wow, they make a ton of money. I could never be like that. I can never make that much money. They're so lucky. That is complete and utter bullshit. You can have the life that you want. It is all about your mindset. And honestly, it's not your fault. Did you know that 97% of our actions and our thoughts come from our subconscious mind? That part of our brain that is primal and designed for one purpose. And that one purpose is survival. And survival lives in the comfort zone, the bare minimum, the safe, the fear. Survival seeks to please the ego. And the ego, well, honey, the ego can talk you out of anything. The ego is something that prefers the way things are. The ego is not bold or daring. The ego does not ask questions. The ego makes assumptions. The ego lives in the it's better to be safe than to be sorry. The ego doesn't admit that it doesn't know anything. The ego is too proud to ask for help. I want to tell you a story about ego. There was this girl who was riding on the subway, and a woman came onto the train with a cooler full of sandwiches, and she made an announcement, and she said she was from an organization that had a mission to help feed the homeless and the hungry. She asked, is there anyone right now on this train car who is hungry and in need of food? The girl was so hungry that she felt faint, and she didn't know where her next meal would come from. And though her heart whispered, yes, please, I'll take a sandwich, her mind roared, you don't need some handout from a random woman on the train. What are you doing? You're too good for all that. And the girl listened to her mind and not her heart. And the woman left the subway train car with her cooler full of sandwiches, and the girl's stomach was still grumbling. That girl was me. That story is true. In 2015, I was really struggling. I had started my own business, but I wasn't making any money from it. And I wasn't making any money because no one cared to come to my events or because people weren't willing to pay me. No, it was because I was plagued by the fear of being successful. I was ruled by my self-righteous ego. And I was too cocky and too proud to admit that I couldn't do it all on my own, and that I was desperately in need of help. So for many days, I made about $20 an hour from dog walking, and I would stuff all my bills away. And I thought that if I didn't pay attention to them, then they would just all go away and disappear. I was stuck in my ego, and I was unwilling to change. I remember one night I had just enough money to buy a slice of pepperoni pizza. And as I walked home with the warm pizza in my hand, I cried because I was trying to figure out how I would feed myself and my 3 pets, my dog and my 2 cats. And I remember taking off each of the pieces of the pepperoni and trying my best to distribute them equally in each of my pets' bowls. And I threw a little bit of cheese in, and that was it. That was it. I knew at that moment that I had to change. I had this block in my mind that because I had a master's degree and because I had a business idea that I had started, I was too good to work at just any job. I had an image to uphold. Now, what kind of nonsense thinking was that? I was so trapped in my egotistical mind that I would rather jeopardize my health and my pet's health to maintain my pride. I can laugh at it now, but then it was a real struggle for me. I had to do some deep, deep, deep soul searching and a lot of unlearning. I had to question my mindset and my story. Where did all these ideas come from? Soon after that event, I went into this restaurant that I would pass every day on my way to my dog walking client. And I swallowed my pride one day, and I went in and I asked them if they were hiring. And within a few weeks, I was a server and then a bartender. And I was making more money than I ever had in a really long time. It was great. I had to get out of the confines of my own mind to truly start to live again. I had to let go of this pride that was instilled in me so that I could truly thrive. Since then, I've gone on to start a podcast. I've written a book. I've created a blog. And I've started a YouTube channel. You can change your life, because you can change your mind. It all starts with you. Have a beautiful, amazing, blessed day. Thank you for watching.